Hey guys, this is Jen from Head to Toe, and I wanted to do another HG spotlight. You guys need to not think that I'm like some kind of broken record, but it's another Rockin' Republic product. I'm not connected with Rockin' Republic in any way. I love really amazing packaging and super high quality products, and when I tried these, I just like my brain exploded because they're so amazing. So I wanted to show you a little bit about them and swatch a few for you so that in case you're interested, you might be able to catch that the next time those kinds of sales come around. Rockin' Republic eyeshadows, they come in packaging sort of like this. Same as like what the blush packaging comes in, but it's a little bit smaller. There's the same idea. It has a little sticker with the name of the shadow here, and then it has like the ingredients and the name at the bottom. And then inside, you'll see the Rockin' Republic print is in the back, which is nice and fancy. And then there's the actual eyeshadow. So when you open it up, there's a little plastic covering on top of the eyeshadow, and then the eyeshadow is sitting in there and it has a little mirror, and then the information on the bottom. So let me just start with the most neutral colors, and then I'll get into some of the more colorful colors. I'm going to start off with this one right here. It's the color Veil, and that's sort of like a off-white eggshell matte color. It works as a really great highlight shade, I think. A lot of matte colors tend to be chalky from other brands, but it's so finely milled, it literally feels like silk, which I like a lot. I thought this would be really great as a highlight shade, especially if you're going to be having like flash photography taken off of you, because it won't reflect too much off of your brow bone. And the next color I have, I'm kind of obsessed with. I'm wearing it right now actually under my brow bone and on the inner corners. This color is called Carat. And it is another one that looks off-white in the pan, but it is actually a shimmery gold. It is just the prettiest color, especially if you're wearing greens on your eyelid, and using this just really gently as like a brow bone highlighter is really amazing. I love this. This is one of my favorites. This is Exile again. It's the one that I showed you at the beginning. And that's a nice warm brown. You can see that has a little more of like a metallic shine to it. I think that would be really nice, especially on like blue eyes or people with warmer yellow skin tones. This color is Vintage. It's a warm brown matte color. It's interesting because when I rub it in, it kind of actually has more dimension than I thought it would. But as you can see, it's not chalky, you know? So that would be a really great crease color, very work appropriate. So this color is Diffused. It's another brown color, but it leans a little bit more on the taupe side. That one's definitely a lot more cool. So if you have more of a pink skin tone, I think that would be really great. But honestly, I think it would work on all skin tones. Okay, so this shade is another one of my very favorites out of all of the Rockin' Republic eyeshadows I have. This one is Snakeskin. As you can see, this is a brown, but it leans a little bit more on the green side. It's a really neat green, gray, brown kind of color. I'm actually wearing it on my lids right now, so it doesn't have to look too crazy. And the thing is, like, I'm not using any primer on my hand, and I didn't use any primer on my lids either. So this color is just really, really saturated. I said this in my Wet n Wild Night Elf tutorial, but the colors that are kind of more complex, even if you only have one shadow color on your lids, it looks more dimensional. So I really love shades like this because I can throw this on and just this, and it'll look like I spend a lot more time on my makeup than I did. So this next shade is called Chronic. This one is definitely more of like an olive green color. I think the color is so, so pretty. And if I move my hand, you can see it has a little bit of like a golden sheen to it, which I think is just lovely. So the next shadow I'm going to talk about is called Envy. This is a darker green. If you're looking for the perfect like forest green eyeshadow color, I think this is just like really fabulous. Not to mention these two colors. All three of these would look really great together. I love that. So this next shadow is called Jaded. It has a little bit more of like teal tones in it, just barely. I mean, it's still like a yellowish green, but look at the swatch. I don't know if you can see how pretty that is when it reflects in the light. It's so pretty. This one is Jaded. So speaking of multi-dimensional colors, we've come to one that is probably absolutely my favorite Rockin' Republic eyeshadow. This is Lawsuit. It doesn't look like such a big deal in the pan, but when you swatch it, can you see right here? It changes colors depending on the angle of the light. It has this really amazing green flash on sort of like a reddish brown base. It's kind of similar to my Wet n Wild palette, the Night Elf one that I freaked out about that one eyeshadow, but this is definitely a lot more green, and that other one is a lot more burgundy. But I love this. I love this. I love green eyeshadows, and this is absolutely one of my favorites. One of my go-to eyeshadows on a daily basis when I don't have a lot of time and I still want to like have a cool looking eye. Lawsuit. So this is my only blue eyeshadow because I don't wear a whole lot of blues. It's a little bit harder to pull off for those of us who have really yellow undertones like I do. So this color is called Electric. I'm definitely a sucker for like bright saturated colors sometimes. And this one is just gorgeous. So if you can see right here, it's like really bright blue, but it has some kind of like oceany depth to it, I think. Just because maybe the shine. It just looks like a really, really true saturated blue, which I love. Alright, so moving on, I have Tempting. This is a dusty, purpley, almost like a mauve kind of purple. So this color is actually probably really easy to wear with some of your brown colors. Right there. It's a good everyday color as well. This is Tempting. And then next I have a really very bright saturated purple. This is called Paranoid. The great thing about this is that it's matte. And sometimes it's hard to find really saturated matte colors, but this is definitely it. Love it! Again, this is called Paranoid. And then this is my last Rockin' Republic eyeshadow. This is called Twisted. And it is another purpley shadow, but it's slightly more dimensional than that matte one. It's right here. See how it has a slight shimmer to it? It's not too crazy, like I wouldn't call it duochrome or anything, but it does have a little bit of a shine to it. So that's all my Rockin' Republic eyeshadows. Obviously, they're very, very saturated. Like, it's not like I had to sit there and rub in the colors. They're very bright, and they're very, very finely milled, just like the blushes are. So I definitely was not disappointed at all. I know a lot of you out there are like big MAC eyeshadow freaks, and I love MAC eyeshadows too, and I love my NYX and everything, but I fell in love with these Rockin' Republic shadows. I feel like I already have a really huge collection of them, and the packaging is so crazy, so I probably need to like stop it and not buy any more, but you know, maybe this will be helpful for you guys who are planning on looking into those, or if you're like looking at the blushes and wondering how good the eyeshadows are. They're amazing, pretty much. Speaking of that, I also wanted to mention that I'm wearing like basically a fully Rockin' Republic face. In the same purchase as most of these eyeshadows, I also decided to buy the powder. This is not a foundation powder, it's just sort of like a translucent-ish skin powder. This is the Exhibition Pressed Powder, and this color is Satin, which I think matches my face really well. So if you're about an NC30, then you would probably be able to match this. I didn't wear any foundation, just to show you guys how much coverage it has. It's not a whole lot of coverage. As you can see, you could probably still see some of my little spots here and there, but I think it gives a nice matte, clean finish, which I really like. So I'll probably be testing it out more on a daily basis to see how my skin likes it over a lengthened period of time. But so far, I'm really liking it, and I'm liking the color and the finish and everything, so we'll see. I don't want to put this on my HG yet, but so far I like it. And then the blush color I'm wearing today is Spank, which is this cute pinkish matte blush. So that's what I'm wearing right now. I also really love this one. Lately I've been sort of rotating Spank and tease a lot. I think I'm more into like the shimmery blushes when it's summer and spring, and then I'm more into the matte colors during fall and winter. I don't know if that's just me. I guess that's about it. I know I'm crazy because I overbuy too many eyeshadows and too many blushes, but maybe, like I said, it's helpful for somebody else who just wants to buy like 1 or 2 or 10. Anyway, guess that's it. I will have more pictures and information on my blog. That's from headtotoe.com. I'll have the link down there, of course, as always, and I'll also put links to where I bought this stuff. I mean, most of these I bought from Hotlook. If you need an invite link, then I will add that down there. You don't necessarily have to use my invite link to join Hotlook or anything, but if you need it, it is down there for the next sale. If you follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/fromheadtotoe, then I'll definitely update on when the next sale might be, because, you know, I'm always keeping an eye out open for that kind of thing. If you enjoyed this review, then definitely please subscribe up there. This is Jen, and I will talk to you guys later.